planners and bullet journals, art projects, organized planner chic.
Hello and welcome to Organized Planner Chic. I'm Lucinda, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, be sure and do so, and also hit the bell for notifications. Well, today is, yes, the 5th episode of my 2020 or Tokyo 2020 Traveler's Notebook, and I do have a few updates for you guys before we get into it. So we are still going, however, we will probably not be there during the Olympics. Still sometime in July, more than likely after the Olympics. And the reason is because we can't get our ticket yet. It's too early for the flights. And so we're not sure what dates to reserve the hostel or the, bed and breakfast or Airbnb or whatever, excuse me. And so we just kind of looked to see what the availability was during the time that we thought we would probably be there if we were at the Olympics. And all the hostels, every single hostel anywhere at all reasonably near Tokyo was booked. And so there were some Airbnbs, but then you had to pay a pretty big deposit and you had to cancel within like 48 hours of your reservation. So that just didn't work. So what we decided to do is just buy tickets in July of this year, because I'm pretty sure we can buy it that soon. If not, as soon as it becomes available for us to buy the tickets, we will buy tickets for whatever point in July is the most affordable for all of us who are going, that we all agree that that works. And then we'll buy the tickets then, and then we'll book our location and everything. And I was supposed to have my passport renewed by this video. I was planning on doing it in January, but I just had a lot to do to really prepare for all of 2019 to be a successful year. So I'm gonna do it this month, which is February, I promise. All right, so let's get into what we're gonna do. Is I'm gonna show you, you're gonna watch me set up a timeline in my traveler's notebook for all the things that we need to do between now and when we go there. I know I have like all of the things to do, but not set up in like this should be done by then and this should be done by then and so forth and so on. So I'm going to be doing that, and also you'll see me updating what I've learned about Japanese so far as well. All right, let's get to it. Now, I forgot to record when I was creating the piece that was going into the insert to make the timeline. So I'm going to show you real quick how I did it. I took a 9x12 sheet of mixed media paper and I folded it in half. And then I kind of just put the insert up against it to see how much room it was going to take up. And I'm being careful because I already have terrifically tacky tape on the insert. And then I just folded that half over and laid the insert on top of it and traced around it, and then cut that so that it would be the right size to fit in there. And so that's the size. And I cut the edges or the corners on the folded side, so that wound up creating these little triangle or this little triangle in the center, and kind of those open curves at the top and the bottom, which makes everything kind of fit around the edge of that insert. And then I needed to make sure that I trimmed the left a little bit so that it won't go in too far into the fold, because then it just messes your paper all up. So I did that, and now I'm ready to put it in there. I also marked which part, you saw there was some writing, which part of the fold needed to be adhered to the insert so I wouldn't mess that up. And so now I've sped this up just so I can make sure that I get it all fit in there, and you don't have to spend so much time watching me get it on there. I had to just kind of lay it on there gently without pressing first, because that terrifically tacky tape bonds really fast and strong. And then I positioned it well, and see, it fits in there well. Can't trim that outside, even though it fits pretty good because it'll cut the folds, but I can trim the very top to make sure it looks really, really nice. So I'm going to use my cutting mat and what do you call that tool? X-Acto knife to just make sure it's real nice and fits in there well. And then I'm going to use some washi tape, because in the inside there's still a little bit of tacky tape that's exposed, and I want to make sure it doesn't stick to that inside page and mess that up. So I'm just going to lay some a wide, gosh, I can't think of any words right now, washi tape on there and make it look neat, and so it fits really well. It's kind of puffy right now, so I'm going to use my bone folder and just flatten it out a little bit. And there, voila. Okay, so then inside I started writing the months between February 2019 through July of 2020, and I needed to have 3 months in each folded section. At first I only did 2, and then I didn't have enough room on the back for all the months that I needed, so I had to use some whiteout, but it's fine. It all in the end looked perfectly fine, and I went back and put the months on there correctly. And then I used some of my highlighters, the zebra mild liner highlighters, and just alternated 2 colors to mark the months, and I thought it looked really nice. I used kind of a peach color and this pretty mint color. And then I have this stencil that has, I think it's 6 in the set that I got from the 99-cent only store. And I'm just using a circle stencil inside there to mark places that I'm going to check off as I get things done for each month. Now that looks like it took 10 seconds in this video, but it took like 15 minutes. A stamp would have been quicker, but I didn't have one with a circle on it. So now I'm just going in and writing down first the information that I found online about flights. So you can get flights from some airlines depending on the flight, where you're going to a year or more than a year in advance, but most of them won't have them available until about 11 months in advance, so you can check then. But then the best deals, or any deals really at all, probably don't start until about 150 days before your trip. So I marked 11 months, and then I marked I think I marked 12 months and then 11 months, and then I marked 150 days to just be looking at tickets and working on that based on those milestones. And then every month I marked to something about my hiragana and practicing that, and about doing art and learning about Japanese culture, doing something for that every month. And right here I thought I'd share with you guys the drag and drop hiragana that I've been talking about every month, hiragana that I've been talking about every month every video in this series, and you can see how it works, and it helps you see and practice what you've learned. And there's a worksheet as well that I've told you guys about, and I'll show you that again in another video. It's been in a previous video, but I'll show you kind of what I've been working on in there. And then I always print out what I've completed that I feel like I really know in terms of hiragana at this point, and I put that in the traveler's notebook, and you'll get to see a little bit better view also of all the pages since we got started on this journey, including that new addition with the timeline. And so I'm just putting it in here. I think I put it in there upside down first and had to reposition it, and then just a little note of encouragement. And then I always put above the columns, which and I'll do that here in a moment in the video, which column in the hiragana chart that I'm learning from, which one it is. And so I'm just using that same washi. I bet that washi is tired of me using it. I use it in this insert all the time, but anyway, I like it, and so I just added there for a little bit of decor. There we go. And now here's a flip through of the completed, or what, not completed, but what the traveler's notebook looks like at this point in the journey. So on that inside pocket there is just that worksheet where I practice writing out, or not writing out, but naming which hiragana character I'm looking at on the worksheet. And there you see my insert, or my passport holder, my passport dashboard from my shop, a craft folder from my shop, or from a video that I did insert, and everything that I've been working on toward the trip and noting up to this point, my hiragana notes. There we go. And then, you know, we'll just flip through all the rest of the pages, and you can see there's nothing new in that part, but there is the timeline with everything that I know of so far that I want to track and need to do. There are definitely other things that are noted in that insert and I will be adding those as I talk more with my son and everyone else who's going on the trip, and I will definitely keep you guys updated. And as you continue to watch me flip through the rest of this, I will just thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know also if you're learning a language right now and planning on traveling anywhere soon. And also, if you haven't checked out my Facebook group, please do so. It's called Organized Planner Chic Crew, and I create a free coloring page that you can download every month, and I also do frequent giveaways. And in my Etsy shop also, there is a special discount that you get by being one of my subscribers. There's a new one every month, and it's in the comments below. And until next time, happy planning!